And we're live.
What's up, folks? It's your guy here, Patrick from the corner, back here again for another episode. And we got our regular guest here, Alexander, again to join us today, where we are going to talk a little about the coronavirus.
And as usual, you can call me Troy Trustrum, although tonight I'm eating a delicious dinner while we talk. So just for tonight, you can call me Troy the Viking Eric Trustrum.
Yeah, that's very nice, very nice. So let's just start off with some stats here on the coronavirus. It's the 1st of May 2020, 8:42 p.m. Western European time.
Yeah.
And we have per date 3,365,000 corona cases worldwide and 247,000 deaths and 1,069,000 recovered. The highest death toll is per date in America, which now also has 1/3 of the total global world outbreak cases of corona. 1.1 million cases and almost 65,000 dead.
That's interesting, Patrick. What was the crisis called again? The cola crisis?
No, it was called the Corona crisis.
Ah, right, like the beer. I see. All right. Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah.
Thanks for educating me, Patrick.
like the beer. And we have on the second place of infected cases, we have Spain with 242,000 cases and almost 25,000 dead. And on the third place, Italy with 207,000 cases and 28,000 dead. I'm not going to go any further down than that. I'll put up a picture here when I do the editing, so you can look at the top list yourself. We are not going to speculate here like Trevor does whether or not this virus is
like Trevor. Trevor? Do you mean Trevor from GTA?
No, I mean
Trevor Phillips.
No, I mean Trevor the. What is it again? The YouTube, the Walking Dead channel on YouTube. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Who speculates in if the virus is man-made and how many more is going to die, and it's going to be genetically modified and whatever, wipe out half the planet. But I'm not going to speculate in that, because if this was in fact a weaponized virus, the death toll would be a lot higher than what it is.
Yeah. Also, that ain't never gonna happen. Humanity always finds a way to survive. So don't even worry about that, folks.
Yep. So I don't know. Let's disregard disregard that.
No, don't disregard it. Okay. Take it in as possible. I mean, especially in these times, it is very important. And now I know I'm being funny a lot of the times, but now I'm being really serious. During these times, we have to keep up our spirits. We have to be together at a distance, as they say. It is not just bullshit. It is. It for our own sanity and mental well-being, we have to keep our spirits up in this way. So continue.
That's like, if we had this conversation or recording a month ago, I might have disagreed with you. But now we have seen how Sweden has handled the virus by completely disregarding it and keeping everything open. And that has put like a greater death toll in Sweden than in the rest of the Scandinavian countries, with 2,653 people dead in Sweden.
Wow. I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, like I knew that they were keeping it open, and that's stupid. But like, I didn't know it was going to be that high.
Yeah, it's that high. It's that high. Like, you could argue you could argue that Sweden is population-wise is twice the size of Denmark and Norway, since
Yeah, it is.
there is actually 10 million people living
I
in.
think 11, actually 11. I'm just gonna Google that real quick.
Yeah, just do that. So of course, like you could argue that's numbers, and that's why it is so high. But even then, it is still over twice the rate in Denmark and Norway.
Yeah, 10.2 million in Sweden. So yeah.
Yeah. So of course that's probably a big reason why they have such a high death toll per capita in Sweden compared to us. Because they have chosen to keep everything open. Restaurants they haven't chosen to keep it open, but they gave the responsibility on to the business owners. And the answer to that, it gives itself, because if you were a restaurant owner now, and what's the prime minister in Denmark's name again? Mette Frederiksen.
Yeah, correct.
Were to tell you we have a corona crisis, and we know that you have a restaurant, but we're not going to tell you to close the restaurant, but we're going to tell you to use your own sense to what you do. You would most likely choose to keep that restaurant open because you want the money pouring in.
I mean, that's human nature. I mean, humans are greedy. We can learn that from Walter White. No, okay. No, I'm not gonna make any Breaking Bad references in this. No, but humans are greedy. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. That's what we discussed earlier. With that it is human to always want more. You live in a tiny apartment. You want to move into a bigger apartment.
Well,
you live in a bigger apartment.
No, not always. Like there's Buddhists and Amish people, and that kind of.
Yeah. It is.
People with inner peace in general, but most people they're being like sucked into this type of addiction to accumulating. That's what capitalism does to you. It makes you long, makes you crave for more materialism. So
yeah, not only capitalism, but also how you are influenced by the people around you, co-workers, and then again TV, like you said, right? And or TV media, and everything has an impact on what you think.
No.
So of course, like if you were some loner living off the cabin in northern Sweden or Finland who didn't see a living soul for years on end, except for when you were finally going to have to resupply or whatever, you would probably most likely not give a shit about material things because you're not influenced. And even more so if you didn't have access to the internet in this cabin or a phone or anything like that. You wouldn't give a shit. All you would give a shit about, is that I need to survive. I need to hunt something, and I need to fish something, and I need to stock up on long-term or long durability provisions, and such as that. So, yeah, of course, but I think there's like very few of these people, and most people is drawn to this, always wanting more. Anyways, back to this corona crisis. I feel like, I don't know, like, what's your impression about the whole thing? Because like my impression about this whole thing is that it's been now several months, and I'm sensing that people are starting to become fed up with it. They've had enough of it.
Yeah, I mean that's what you can see all around the internet, like people and like also in the real world, like people are more and more their expressions are more and more you can see their fatigue. You can see that they're like people are making videos. Like I just watched a video today from the Danish main channel where there's a bunch of three guys who are sitting around a Coca-Cola. That was actually why I did the first joke in the beginning. And then they want to open this Coca-Cola, but it has been shaken. So they're sitting there, they're debating: should we open it now or should we wait until the fucking carbon dioxide inside has settled? And and then they're sitting there waiting, and that the whole thing, of course, is a brilliant metaphor for the current crisis that we are in. That we're actually just sitting around this bottle of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, waiting for the carbon dioxide to calm down so we can open the damn bottle. And it's just a brilliant video that you can check out. It's on Facebook, I think. I don't know. Maybe Patrick here can link it in the description if you want to see it.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. Just send me a link and I'll put it up.
It's actually a really funny video, even though it's in Danish. And these guys are just like sitting around there, and you can see them how they are just getting bored, and they just want to open this damn thing. But when they finally do open the damn thing, of course it explodes, and that's like also a symbol for how the corona is also going to explode,
Wow, that's actually a really, really good metaphor for it.
Yeah, exactly.
We can say that Sweden chose to open the bottle before the carbon monoxide.
Exactly. Right. And so they got a whole bunch of that Pepsi Cola splashed in their faces, while we will open it probably in just a couple of days now. Probably 2 months later. I don't know when did it start? Yeah, probably like 3 months.
First case was in January or something in Wuhan. I'm gonna Google it now to be sure. First corona case.
Yeah, but the point is that these that we will open it, the bottle, the corona bottle, we will open it up slowly in like a few days, the 10th of May, I've heard, and then we will see how bad it will go. It will probably not go as bad as Sweden, but we will open it slowly so that it won't splash everywhere. So that's the best metaphor I think I have on this thing yet.
Yeah. Okay. The first case of COVID-19 or the coronavirus was November 17th, 2019.
That's early.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that we all reacted too late, because if you remember back then the general mentality was like, that's all the way over in China. No way that's gonna spread all the way over to Europe or America, right? And sure, that might have been the case if we were like 100 years back or 200 years back, where all travel were done by boats, because then the virus would have died out on the way over to Europe on a boat, right?
Well,
but today in 2020 or 2019, when the first case was, then we are all so connected, by planes and traveling to other continents within just a few hours, right? And become in contact with so many people on the way, on airports, on restaurants, bars, pubs, just out on the street, right? So that's how the virus was able to spread as fast as it did.
No.
Because like nobody.
Of course, there was in the Middle Ages. There was the Black Plague, which also came to like almost all around the world by rats on boats.
Yeah, by rats on boats, but that was a longer.
My guess is also the Black Plague was pest is what we call it here, was a lot more aggressive virus. I think. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a biologist, but like it probably was.
It was able to survive for that period of time.
Yeah.
The coronavirus dies within a few weeks in your body, right?
Yeah.
So that's and that's also another thing to think about. I don't know if the Black Death virus or the Black Plague would have been as dangerous today as it was back then.
Oh,
because today we have like a whole medical system evolved, and we are more sanitized than we were back then, and so on, right? So
yeah.
I don't know if it would be that dangerous, because the general
There's
idea.
actually on this note, if I may interject my opinion here for a second, Mister Drug. It's there is something called the virus and intensity scale. I don't know if that's the correct term for it, but it's
No,
like it shows how like aggressive a virus is over time. So you have on one scale you have how contagious it is, and on the other you have the time. No, wait.
no,
Um,
I know what you're talking about. What it is that essentially the more dangerous a virus is, the more difficult it is for that to spread. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
the more mild form it has, then the easier it spreads, right? That's why, for instance, the flu virus is able to infect so many millions of people a year as it does, and now also the coronavirus, because all taking in consideration, it is actually a pretty mild virus,
Yeah.
but it is still harmful to those in bad health or older people, just as you would say, just a simple cold or pneumonia would be to a 95-year-old person, because he might die from that pneumonia, since the penicillin and medicine won't have any effect at that age. Um, like, you can remember, what's that guy that did Marvel? Stan Lee?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he died from the pneumonia from pneumonia. I was about to say virus, but I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. Is pneumonia a virus?
No, 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 no. That's an infection. But wait, no, yeah, I don't actually know.
Yeah, it is. It is an infection.
Isn't it a bacterial infection
Bacteria.
though?
It says bacteria, viruses, and fungi causes pneumonia.
Yeah. And it's just
So
pronounced pneumonia. You don't pronounce the p.
okay, you don't. Okay, thank you for educating me.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I look forward to this crisis to be over, not because it has like really big, that much of an impact to me.
Say that again. You were falling out.
I was like saying that I look forward to this virus thing to be over.
Oh yeah.
Not that
As do we all.
yeah, we all look forward to that. And I'm hoping like everything will open up soon and stuff, because even though I'm not that impacted by it myself, since my life right now isn't that much on the social scale, considering that I've gotten a kid, a dog, uh, and I got the job, and the kid's only like a year old, so that needs some attention.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, on the social aspect, then I'm not that much affected by the virus. But it's still annoying that I can't cross the border into Germany to go on the restaurants or pick up food or buy some nice discounted alcohol and soda and candy at the border shops.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry for swearing again, but you border people have it mighty fine down there. Being able to earn the high Danish salary and purchase a nice low German prices.
Well, I don't know if I would say, like, because like the salary down here is like in general lower than the rest of Denmark. But then again,
definitely still bigger than Germany. That's for sure.
yeah, definitely bigger than Germany, and also that it is like it's cheaper compared to the rest of Denmark. I mean, shit. I live in the boonies, and I got a house for less than $200,000. I'm pretty satisfied with that. It's completely renovated and new and modern and extremely cheap in maintenance and utilities. So can't really complain about that.
Yeah.
So what else with Corona? Is it okay to make fun of Corona?
I think so, yes. But then again, I'm also pretty open-minded.
So what about this picture here about how the costume of some eager participants of the Mardi Gras festival in New Orleans in February?
So yeah, this picture that we have here on the screen now,
yeah, the guy
is pretty interesting, I think, and I don't even know if that's making fun of Corona. I mean, like, you could make jokes about Corona, but this is not like, I don't even think that's that. I mean, it's like this is just to show that Corona virus has nothing to do with Corona beer, which a lot of people seem to be freaking out about because you told me an interesting statistic earlier. What was it?
Yeah, with the Corona stock being down. Yeah. I'm gonna check right now.
Get this, folks. The Corona stock for the company Corona beer went down because of the fucking virus. Sorry for swearing again. And I'm like, what the heck?
This is pretty interesting. I'm also going to put this in so you all can see this picture. Look at this picture. Look at this picture, Troy. When I just gotta get up snipping tool here. Look at that. You see the downfall of the stock. Like now it's on the way up again. But the downfall of it is consistent when once Corona virus hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit this part out. And that I'm saying now, so like when I see the thing, I will just I will act like I've seen the thing now. So
if you see on the low point there, it's been down as much as almost 15%.
No, yeah.
All right.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
That's the point, man. Like, why are people freaking out so much over that? I mean, I get that some people don't like Corona beer. That's one thing. Well, some people even have said, I've talked to some people, some of my friends, they say it tastes like piss. But that's one thing, and I mean, another thing is to freak out about it. Oh no, this is Corona! We cannot fucking drink this because it's virus!
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, people, grow some intelligence, man. Jesus.
On another note, do you know what Corona actually means?
Yeah, it's something. I think it doesn't mean crown or something like that.
Yeah, it does. It means like meaning. It means like it comes from Latin and Spanish, which the meaning is like top of the head or crown.
Yeah, and that's because, and you know why the virus has gotten that name? Because because it actually has like these little thorns on it. If you zoom in on, if you look at it at a microscope. It has these little crown shapes.
Let me get a picture of that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we can show it on right here.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is because of those crowns there that they have named it the coronavirus. Okay.
Yeah. I actually used to think in the beginning of the crisis that it was because Corona means something with bat, but that was wrong. The virus is presumed to come from the bat, but it has nothing. The word doesn't mean that.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow. So I don't know. Like I look forward to this whole thing being over.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people are like going around and saying, can't they just make a vaccine? It will just be like a couple of months and they will have a vaccine, right?
They're
But
probably
that's
working on it though. But the thing is,
yeah, but this
I do
yeah.
not want to be a scientist who works with creating that right now, because
Yeah, but it's
imagine the fucking pressure that lies on these guys.
you know, I think they're taking it totally cool with creating it because it's a wishful thinking to say that we're going to have a vaccine within a couple of months or 6 months because how it really goes is that a process like this could take years, you know, because first they have to make
Yeah,
it, then they have to prove that it works, and then when they have proven that it works with, you know, a rodent or rat or experimental animal or something, then it has to go further on to approval, you know, where the pharmaceutical companies
yeah,
or health departments worldwide are going to have to approve it as a medicine, which is going to require further testing, further data. So no, like, you know, like I think like it would take like at least a year or two before we actually have a vaccine, and by that point, would we even need it? Because we
yeah,
are
because
on.
that's one thing. One thing is the vaccine. The other thing, and I know this, is that we just need to wait until we get this what we call a basic immunity, or like no, I don't think that's what it's. Yeah, I just know the Danish.
Yeah,
In Danish, it's
flock
called
flock immunity.
yeah, flock immunities, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so we just have to wait until we get the flock immunity, and that's when enough people have been infected and have shaken it off again, have become healthy, so that they are immune. And if enough people are, then the virus can't spread anymore, and then we have the block for the spread.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. I mean, you can Google this as well, but yeah, this is what it is.
And how many people would need to have been infected to achieve flock immunity?
Yeah,
Because
that depends. I mean, like
as
nobody
as
really,
it
but that's also the dangerous part of the virus, because nobody really knows how long it is going to take. Uh,
as it looks like right now, then America then might be the first country to achieve flock immunity, considering they per day have over 1 million cases alone in that country.
yeah,
Right.
like I've heard in Denmark it's supposed to maybe even take like 1 year until like of opening up the society, closing it down again, opening up, closing it down, so that you
Wow.
get that wave, and then that's like
Wow.
about 1 year.
That's crazy. 1 year. I wonder, you know, how many businesses is going to be still standing or have gone down by the time this is all over, because it has to be
Yeah,
like an enormous amount of companies right now that is hemorrhaging cash to stay alive and will get in deep in the hole.
yeah, that's
Right.
true. But like, it's not going to be shut down for a year though. It's like society is going to open up for a while, like maybe a month, and then it might have to shut down because there's going to be more people infected during that time where we are open again. So then
Yeah.
the hospital, the I mean, this is all the shutdown is really all to prevent the hospitals from being overcrowded. That's it.
Okay, so you think it's a plan of, you know, a controlled outbreak?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is what it is about. Like, it is about containing how many people are infected. I mean, it's not about not keeping people from being infected. It's just to keep as little people from being infected, so that the hospitals can handle it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
Uh,
so that's why we
that's
need to
still
do it in waves. So like, we need to, like, now there's not a lot of people in Denmark, so now we can probably open up again a little bit, and then in a month or so we might have to shut it down again.
still I'm glad, man, that we have it like we have it, and not like other parts of the world, like in southern Germany, in the region of what's called Bayern.
Oh yeah, where I was on exchange for a year ago.
Yeah, imagine if you were there now, man. If you were
Fuck,
there,
man.
if you were in Bayern right now and you were running on the streets or whatever, without what the fuck do you call it in English? You know, the
A face mask.
face mask that you wear, you would get fined with 5,000 euros.
Wow.
Holy shit, right?
Wow. Fuck, man. But is that everybody, or is that just people who have corona?
No, that's everybody, man.
Wow, that's
I'm
restrictive.
gonna type it up here right now and also put that link in the description for you guys. Bayern 5,000 euro fine.
Holy shit! Imagine the freaking restrictions there.
All right, you got your whiskey. I got my beer here. Like we're all set, man.
Oh yeah, Highlands Friend Scotch whiskey.
Oh, this is a nice one. Nice one.
Yep.
So I was apparently like wrong about this with like face masks. It is not everybody in Bayern. It is shop owners.
Okay.
Shop that is fined 5,000 euros for not wearing a face mask, and then it's like also some restrictions that you have to wear it on train stations and bus stations and stuff in southern Germany.
Yeah, that makes more sense because like wouldn't make any sense if you go for a run and then you, like then there's a police officer. Halt! Bitte 5,000 Euro!
Yeah, it would be crazy. Yeah. So, another news, like what's going on with the coronavirus around the world. We have what happened in Michigan. The last day here, where armed protesters demanded end to Michigan coronavirus lockdown, where dozens of protesters with rifles and stuff hung around the chest entered the Capitol of the Capitol building in Lansing, Michigan, and demanded to be heard. Like, I don't know, man. And like imagine how intimidating this site is. Like you're standing there or you're working there, and hundreds of angry protesters and shit is like coming into the building where you're working at, armed to the teeth with firearms and bandanas. Like holy shit, I would be afraid.
Like a bunch of pirates almost. Like,
yeah.
Shit.
You have no way to combat this. It's not like even if you had a gun with you to work, it's not like you can just kill one and then it would be instant suicide for you. Yeah. So I don't know, and what I thought was like a little bit funny with this, or not funny but interesting, is that Trump wants no part of it. All right, Trump wants no part of it. Like instead, he's praising these protesters, saying they're wonderful people, good people and stuff. They're just very angry. So I think the governor of Michigan should do something about this. Make a deal. which tells me that he doesn't want to take any chance of creating dirt on himself, since we have the upcoming elections, right? So instead, he wants to, push.
I mean, like I talked about this with one of my friends yesterday, or like a few days ago, that Trump is actually in a way profiting from the crisis because the elections are right around the corner, and then because like in a crisis situation like this, you usually you gather around the leader in a way, and in this case it is Trump. So like you look to the leader, you look to see what does he do. Well, he keeps his calm. He seems to know what he's still doing. Let's re-elect him, and that's and that's the way he profits from the crisis.
He does. He does.
So, and that's why it's in a way, because being a Democrat, if I lived in the US, I would be a Democrat. It is such a bad time that the crisis hits, because it actually might get him reelected at the end of the day.
Well, to be fair, it is a very low number of U.S. presidents that has only served one term. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Most presidents have served 2 terms, and that is
Yeah.
because the mentality of Americans is that they want to vote on what's safe, what they know,
Mm.
and now they've already had him for 4 years, so they know what they're in for another 4 years. They don't know what they're in for another 4 years if they vote for Biden, which, by the way, isn't really a candidate considering that he's showing signs of dementia and shit. Right? It's too old.
Yeah. I'm just pulling up to see. Bush actually only served for 1 term.
No, Bush Senior only served 1 term.
Yeah.
Bush Junior served 2 terms.
That's who I meant. Yeah.
You have most presidents serve 2 terms because that's what's safe. And then there's one president that actually served 3 terms, but that was under World War II or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I think so. Only president to serve 3 terms.
But yeah, that's actually interesting that Jimmy Carter only served 1 term. Though.
Yeah, Franklin D. Roosevelt served more than 2 terms. Yeah, because in 1940 he won the election for his 3rd term, and 4 years later, in 1944, he ran again and became the only president to be elected to a 4th term as president. Yeah. That's crazy. But that was also like a time in massive crisis.
Wow!
Right.
From 1861 with Abraham Lincoln, and then until 1885. That's how much is that? That is 20 years. There was only Republicans.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that Abraham Lincoln was a Republican either.
No, he was.
Yeah, we should probably get back to a topic because this has turned into a discussion of U.S. presidents through the ages. Although that is actually very enjoyable too, so I enjoy it, especially especially playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which takes place in 1899. But let's get back to topic, man.
Yeah. Well, this is some interesting topics we can have for future recordings.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to the corona, we can all agree on that, we're all tired of this. We all want the lockdown to end. We want restaurants and stores and stuff to go back to normal. That's what I get from it. Also, but it also, the amount of construction projects and shit around the world is just being halted because of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to you're in a few years you will be able to see it, maybe even in a few months already. You will be able to see the effects of this everywhere, like in on the stock market. Obviously, already now on the stock market, you will be able to see it.
Nah, not as much as you think. Not as much as you think, man. My stock.
I think so.
My stocks has been unaffected by the crisis.
Yeah,
and that's and I have my money in a passive fund that's following the Morgan Stanley USA index, and that's been in a pretty steady incline.
Yeah, but the crisis isn't even over yet. I mean, we're still in the tragedy. Imagine it like an explosion. We're in the imagine the explosion taking 30 seconds, and we're probably on second 20 right now. So the event hasn't even transpired yet. So which means that, and as it is with all explosions, you can't measure the effects until it's done. So I will predict that there is going to be measurable effects after this is done.
So you're predicting an even bigger market crash than what we have seen?
No, not necessarily market crash, but definitely if you look at, let's just take revenues from companies, you will definitely be able to notice dips in revenue everywhere. because of the decline, the
Well,
non-existent business that
not
is persistent.
not everywhere though, because like whenever you have losers, you also have to have winners. That's how it works. And
Yeah, but yeah.
you have somebody that is winning big now
No,
on the
but
Corona
my point
prices.
is no, but like maybe I was misexplaining myself. Like my point was that you have a more significant change after this crisis that is going to be detectable in a bunch of in a bunch of places.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I get that. Like what we can see with the air company Norwegian, which is on the brink of bankruptcy.
yeah,
Like they've been fined for bankruptcy in Denmark
yeah,
to save the mothership in our mother company in Norway,
yeah.
where the stock price is now trading for under $1 a share.
Wow,
That's pretty
wow.
freaking low, man, for a
Okay.
$1 billion air company.
Oh man, shit. Yeah, but the point is, like, there will be. I mean, society is going to be changed much more than any event in the past 50 years. Let's just say that. Like,
Yep.
it's going to be as much of a change, even more so, I think, than the Wall Street crash affected the world.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it will definitely be interesting to see. I will.
and I
Cut
think
it.
maybe people will have to get used to a lower living standard. I mean, I'm talking about the average people here. The average people may have to get accustomed to a lower living standard than they have had previously.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting
and
to see.
and that's I mean that's okay. I think that's okay for us here in Denmark and Scandinavia or even in the U.S. because our living standard is already so damn high. So we will probably be able to just take that for granted. But I don't know about other countries, man. That could be disastrous. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll have to
That will be
see.
interesting. All
But
right,
yeah,
I will cut it.
no. One more interesting thing. I have one more thing because you know who predicted this whole mess a year ago?
Whew.
Uh, I don't know. I was just picturing a drum roll here, but like they're the founder of Microsoft.
Well, there's been multiple people who predicted this for years ago.
Yeah,
There's
there
also
has.
a guy in 2017 that wrote a book on how a virus would spread globally from China, and he wrote that book in 2017. And this shit has gone down pretty much exactly like he predicted it to in his book.
Yeah, yeah. So
That
and that's also like interesting to see how these people actually got it. Bill Gates and all these other people, how they were just like able to actually predict it very well. It just shows their intelligence and knowing that
That's
they.
but still, man, that's humanity. That's what we like talked about a little before, and also like with this that humanity and we as humans, we don't give a shit before it's too late.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah. That's true.
it's first when it's
It
too
is
late
true.
that we understand like, oh shit, we gotta do something. Ah damn.
Yeah, that's the true, but that's a sad true part because that is how it is actually. But
Like just
the once again the positive thing about this on the bright side, look at the bright side, is that we will come out of this, and we will have to come out of this. I mean, there's really no alternative. We can't just implode. I mean, there is just one way actually. We will prosper again because human like if there's one thing we've learned about humanity is that every crisis that we have been in, we have been able to get out again. So it's just a question of how we really get out of it, and it's just about staying positive, folks. And have some whiskey, have some beer, and just fucking get through it.
yep.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
We all you can do is smile, man. All you can
Yeah.
do is smile and sail off in the sunset.
All right. Are we ready to cut it?
Yeah, All right.
Let's
Actually,
cut it.
Oh yeah, one more thing we forgot, Patrick. Will you enlighten us?
Yeah, that for the first time in years, apparently, we are now able to see the sky in New Delhi, India. You know, because of all the pollution and fumes and shit coming up from the traffic.
Yeah, and that's actually a very good point because, in fact, the environment is benefiting majorly from this crisis. I mean, the air has never been cleaner as it has now. In like at least the last 50 years, or at least since the Industrial Revolution began. I mean, just think about that, man. Think about that
Yeah,
for a second.
that's crazy. It's
Uh,
crazy. You know that it
so
can.
maybe this virus. I know you don't believe in God, but I do. So I'm just gonna say this right here. Maybe this is God's way to fucking get in some clean air to the world. Now we want to hear that from an atheist's point of view as well, though.
Well, you know, I believe in the force of Mother Nature. All right. I
Uh,
believe that if Mother Nature saw us as a fucking threat, we will be gone.
yeah,
Because like if you look at how many creatures and living things that's lived on this planet that has been taken out by environmental catastrophes, but
yeah,
nature catastrophes.
yeah. First and
Like
foremost, the dinosaurs that were that were not
yeah,
evaporated, that were
yeah, yeah,
vaporized, that were vaporized by a freaking comet.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
Mother Nature doesn't give a shit about us. Mother Nature will be here long we're all gone
Yeah, yeah,
and
that's
adapt.
true.
So like maybe we will leave some plastic behind and some styrofoam, but Mother Nature will prevail.
Yeah,
That
and
uh,
I do believe in that too. I just believe in that like there's something bigger than Mother Nature, but that's not the subject right here, so we won't even get into that.
Yep.
But yeah, I believe in that too. That the world doesn't fucking care about humans, and that's
No.
maybe the reason why it keeps throwing viruses at us because it tries to wipe us out. But
Yep.
then again, the positive side is we will prevail. Eric the Red, motherfuckers. We
And
will.
just look at it. That considering how old the Earth is, how long time has humans been here? Not even a fraction, man.
No, like only depends what you mean by humans. Do you mean apes or Homo sap like
No, I mean,
the early Homo sapiens, or do you mean the start of society?
like the start of society.
Yeah, that's only like a few 10,000, maybe 10, 20,000 years old.
Yeah, and you know,
I
and
could be wrong though. There's probably people. If there is some fucking educated people that will be listening to this, they can probably correct me on that. But I'm pretty sure that that's as
but
much.
still, but
Yeah.
still, even if it was 100,000 years, it would still only be like a small ass fraction of what this planet has been through.
And now that we're
So
talking, and when we're talking about short ass fractions, which we shouldn't, but I will do that anyway because I'm in a good mood today. We can actually conclude, and I know this, that the lifespan of the Earth is 0.101% of the entire universe.
yeah, that's
So
something.
yeah, put
That's
that into
something.
perspective to this whole virus thing, and you will realize that coronavirus. Nah, that's just a small bullshit thing.
Coronavirus ain't got shit on the universe.
Literally.
Let's cut it right here. I will thank Alexander, my regular guest here, as always, for an interesting conversation about the coronavirus, amongst other things. Thank you for tuning in to our interesting conversation here again today at the corner. I will see you again later for more interesting conversations that I will have with Troy and other people. And peace out. And until next time, folks.